This program was first broadcast on Canterbury's community access radio station Plains FM 96.9 and was made with the assistance of New Zealand On Air.
Good morning, Bliss lovers. It is Rebecca Davison here, intuition coach and founder of the Intuitive Life Academy. Welcome to the Find Your Bliss show here on Plains FM every Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. Today we are talking, as we always do, about all things metaphysical, psychic, intuitive and spiritual. And today I want to share 11 tools for manifestation, which I'm quite excited about because manifestation is something that we're all doing all the time anyway. It is creation. So a really good question to ask yourself is, do I like what it is that I'm creating? And if I don't like what it is that I'm creating, how do I actually change that? How do I create what it is that I really want to experience? So I want to give you guys some tools and tips. Now, some of these are a quick tool that you can implement immediately. Other ones require a little bit more unpacking, but we'll go through the list and we'll get started. And hopefully you'll have some more clarity by the end of the process in regards to what it takes to really move into effortless manifestation and to move into effortless creation. And I know even saying that, a lot of people can get super excited about that, thinking that, if I just find the right key, then I can unlock the door and I'm going to experience massive abundance. The journey of abundance or manifestation is really one of self-knowledge. If you want to create effortless abundance in your life, you'll do the inner work. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. You'll do the inner work of taking your attention inwards and starting to ask questions, starting to have insight in regards to how you operate. That is the number one, in a nutshell, the whole thing, right? But let's unpack it a little bit. Okay, so number one tool in regards to creating what it is that you want in your life, you need to get clear. You need to decide what it is that you wish to experience. Now, let me talk about this from universal perspective. You are the person who's driving the car. So the universe, when you get in the car, you need to know where you're going to be able to create it. Why? Because the universe can't help you if you don't have a plan, right? You need to kind of punch in the coordinates and say, hey, universe, this is where I'm going. This is what I intend to have happen in my life. And then what will happen is, of course, because the universe is always conspiring to support you, it'll start shifting and moving because basically you are the universe in a body to create what it is that you want. And this is how we can start to work with universal law to activate what it is that we want. But first of all, we need to decide, and I know this can actually be quite hard. Often when I see clients, they actually struggle with this bit the most, even though it can really be the most fun to go, what is it that I wish to experience? And I know being on the earth plane is a little bit like being a kid in a candy store. It's like, oh my goodness, I've only got so much time on the earth plane, but I want to have all these experiences. The good news is you'll probably come back for more, right? But what do you want to experience in this lifetime? And a really great way to kind of look at this is, what are the experiences I wish to have? How do I want to grow? And what do I see myself contributing? Because those three things combined really, they're going to help you to live an awesome life. What do you wish to experience? Maybe it is to go and get a designer wardrobe. Maybe it's to go and live in Paris. Maybe it is to do an art school in the Philippines. Whatever your desire is, you need to start really thinking about it and getting clear on it. You want to activate your imagination and start throwing up those images on the movie theatre of your mind to be able to have it. As you've heard probably a million times before, what you think about becomes reality. You want to get clear on what it is that you want. Now, if you want some support in regards to doing this, I would encourage you to go to my website and you can get it for free. Yes, it is an opt-in. I'm going to be really upfront about that. So I get your email, but you get an audio that walks you through the process. It's called Download Your Future Self. And what you can do with that is essentially listen to that, and it will help you to activate your imagination to go, what is it that I do want? Because you can guarantee whatever you want, you believe that it's going to bring you a feeling. What everybody wants at the end of the day is to feel a certain way. So let me help you rather, activate your imagination so you can put yourself in that place and you can see it and start experience it. It's an awesome thing to do first thing in the day because it really activates all those energies of creation. Super fun to see, this is what I want to create for myself. This is what it feels like to be in my ideal future self. So go check it out. It's just www.rebeccadavison.life. And again, it's so important to start there, because once you've identified what it is that you want and you've got a really clear picture, take some time to fill it in, right? Make it vivid. What are the colors that you'll be seeing? What is the environment that you'll be in? Who's around you? What conversations are you having? What are you even wearing? What shoes are you wearing? You know, are you bare feet? Are you standing in heels? Are you wearing work boots? Right? Really filling in all the details, because that's going to help you to tune into it as a sensory experience, and then from there you can start activating the feelings. And of course we're going to talk about that extensively. People don't understand that your feelings are the flame that bursts everything into fire when it comes into manifestation. You want to be feeling it. You don't want to just be seeing it or hearing it or knowing it. You want to feel it emotionally in your body, and of course you want it to feel good. And this is the beautiful thing about manifestation, right? It's like, this is where I'm going and this is where I am right now. And to be in that space of knowing right now is awesome, but I'm also winning by I'm feeling into what the future's bringing me, and it feels good. So I get to feel good now as I'm creating my manifestation. It's a win-win. That's why manifestation's so sexy, right? And why people love it so much, because it's like, if I can relax into knowing that what I want to create is coming to me as I'm accepting and being present to the moment here now, it's all good. So number one, get clear on what it is that you want. And I know that might take some time, right? You might need to sit down and go, this is what I want to experience for myself, for my family, for my partner, from my extended family. This is what I want it to be like. This is what I imagine would feel like, it would look like if my dreams came true. Be the person who takes the time to do that. Don't be worried too much if it shifts or changes. Of course it will, because you're going to shift and change and evolve every day. But fundamentally, there's a part of you that knows how you want to feel. Presumably, that's going to involve some kind of bliss experience. Like, really, that's what we're aiming for, to know the truth of who we are, which is that blissfulness. So number one, get clear on what it is that you want. Have some fun doing it. Do a vision board. Write it out in your journal. Make it as juicy as possible. What am I going to be doing? How much money's in my bank account? How am I going to be making that money? How's it showing up for me? Feel it in your body. Your body will start responding to this. Why do you want to get clear on what you want? Number one, because number two, when you get clear on what you want, it's going to show you if you're in alignment with it or not. So number two is to really start doing an inventory and going, okay, if this is what I want, am I behaving like the person who is showing up for that every single day? Like, if this person is, your ideal future self, let's say they're an architect and they live in Sydney and, they're making $500K a year, right? Just as an example, out of thin air. So, are you showing up as that person now? Are you taking the action steps to have that come into manifestation? Because as soon as you identify what you want, you're going to be showing yourself, am I taking action steps in alignment with that? And this is where all those cross purposes can start coming up, right? Oh, I can't do it, I can't afford it, I'm not good enough. All that inner babble, that needs to go, right? You need to be the person who's going, that's where I'm going, and this is the action steps that I need to take to get there. Preferably inspired action, because if you're doing it from grind, you're eventually going to get sick of it, or eventually you'll give up. You want to do it from a place of inspiration. The inspiration is the most expanded place, right? So you want to look to your infinite self to go, okay, universe, because maybe you don't have the resources right now. Maybe you don't have all the tools. Maybe you've only got the self-belief, and that's it. No money, no opportunity, no resources, no connections. Your infinite self can help you to start bringing all that together. But you need to start asking your infinite self for help. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? First thing to do, of course, is find somebody who's already done it so you can connect in with their energy and go, what have you done to get to your ideal end result? You want to start tuning into the energetic frequency that they're running, because they're already there, right? So that's why they say that you're the result of 5 people that you spend the most time with, because that's the energy that they're running. They're already in the energy of accomplishment. So you want to spend time in that energy. You want to go find your biggest, brightest mentor and go, what have you done to get to this place? So again, number 2 is do an inventory of everything that is standing in the way of you being able to create that and making it possible. Hi to everybody on Facebook. I don't know if you all can see me in terms of the comments. I don't know if they'll show up, but do be sure to say hi. It's great to have you guys here. Those of you guys who are listening to the radio show, I always do the first 20 minutes or so on my Intuitive Life Academy page. So you might be part of the Intuitive Life Academy group, but I actually broadcast this on the Intuitive Life Academy page. Okay, so number 1, get clear on what you want. Use the power of your imagination. Spend some time thinking about it. How do I want to feel? What's the happy end result? What would be amazing for me? What does my dream coming true look like? Number 2, do an inventory of everything that's standing in the way. Right? Because this is what will happen. As soon as you put your stake in the ground and say, this is what I want, what will happen is the universe will show you pretty much everything that's in the way of you having that, right? And your mind will go, these are all the reasons why it can't come to fruition. It's perfect. Don't go into doubt about that. That kind of needs to happen. That's contrast, right? If you don't have it here in your reality right now, you need to actually identify why. Okay, and again, when you actually go, this is what it is, and look at all these things that are standing in the way. How awesome is that? Whether it's your circumstance, right? Maybe you live in a different country. You're not in Sydney. So if you want to live in Sydney and be an architect, you'd probably have to think about moving there at some stage and making that life change happen. So it is the application of the practical, but also your infinite self to help you. That's why when you ask your intuition for support and guidance and help, you are going to get to your end result so much quicker, because you're going to the broader perspective to be able to do that. So really being that person too who's choosing to do that, right? Choosing to tune into that broader perspective, which is your super consciousness, which is your infinite self, which is your intuition in terms of wanting to get to your end result. Okay, time for a real short quick tip, right? Repetition, right? This is jumping the gun. I'm going out of sequence here, but I know you guys all want the juicy hot tips, right? So repetition. Your subconscious mind is like the iceberg. We know your rational mind is the tip of the iceberg. Your subconscious mind is the bottom of the iceberg, that bit that's submerged below the water. How we access the subconscious mind, right? We want to access it by going into higher frequencies of energy. But what your subconscious mind does is it imprints, and it often does this through repetition. So what will happen is, in the past, if you had a circumstance and it's happened repeated multiple times, you can end up making an association that this is true. This happens, so therefore this is true. For example, I get rejected, so therefore I have no self-worth, right? Therefore I have no value, which is not true, but maybe you've just had multiple circumstances where it's been repeated, so therefore you have come to that thought process. We want to understand how the subconscious mind works so we can use it to our advantage when it comes to manifestation. So manifestation, for example, you want to use repetition. So super hot tip is just to write out what it is that you want. And again, to do it in present tense. I I am is a really powerful statement. So I am currently experiencing, not I will or I want to, because that will just leave you in willing or wanting. You want to be in the present. I am abundant, but be specific, right? I am happy and grateful that I am receiving, X amount of dollars per month. If you write out the statement 55 times every night for 5 nights, right? So it's about imprinting your subconscious. Again, it's probably not something that you want to do every night. However, you could, again, what you're doing is you're instructing your subconscious mind that it's safe, right, and good for me to be abundant. It's safe, right, and good for me to make 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 grand a month, a week, a day, whatever you want it to be. You're only limited by your own limiting beliefs and your imagination. So what does it take to be the person who goes, I'm actually going to expose my subconscious mind, doing it by repetition on a consistent basis? This is what I did at work when I still worked in banking. I had all these little quotes that I'd cut out and pinned around my desk. What was I doing? I was imprinting my subconscious mind with, this is where I want to go. This is the person I wish to become. The person who can overcome any obstacle. The person who sees, the light in other people. The person who can create massive abundance for themselves. That's what I was instructing my subconscious mind. So again, I'm the kind of person who has post-it notes all over their bathroom mirror. Again, to remind yourself, I used to have my goals on my shower. So every time on the outside of the shower, right? So when I was in the shower, I would be looking at it, constantly exposing myself to what it is that I wish to create. The power of repetition is super powerful, so make good use of it. If you're going to allow your mind to wander, you might as well use it to wander in the direction that you want, right? I talk a lot about the power of focus and where you choose to place your attention. Use it through the power of repetition. Again, and this kind of goes back to number 3, because I've kind of gone out of sequence. That's really my number 4, right? Imprinting your subconscious mind. But number 3 is, and this is why I've talked about mantras before, and I don't actually use mantras that much, but I am constantly focusing my attention and my energy on where I want my mind to go and what I want it to focus on. So I know mantras can be really helpful for people to focus their attention that way. Like even saying, I am abundant, I am abundant, I am abundant. You're instructing your subconscious mind. I used to do this a lot on the way to work. You've got 20 minutes in the car, maybe you've got the kids, maybe you haven't. Get them to do their happy and gratefuls. I am abundant, I am grateful. Making those statements out loud is really powerful. People often might think it, but they don't say it. If you get the opportunity, say it out loud. Why? Because when you speak it out loud, it is a vibration and everything is energy. And when that energy goes out into the universe, you are adding to the vibration of your own energetic field. Speak it out loud. Name it to claim it. So again, if you're sitting there having a chat to the universe and going, I am a multimillionaire. I am choosing massive wealth. I am so happy and grateful that money flies into my world effortlessly and easily. And you can kind of make it into a little game, right? Where how good can I feel in 10 minutes? If I've got 10 minutes in the car, how good can I feel by doing these statements, by claiming what it is that I want? Speaking it out loud to the universe and putting yourself in that space where what are you doing? You're focusing your attention on where you want it to go. You're imprinting your subconscious mind and you're not holding space in your mind for any lack or any doubt. So you're basically rewiring the hardware in your brain to go down into the deepest parts of your being to instruct you that yes, you are abundant. So the power of repetition. However, that's kind of, it comes with a caveat. When it comes to repetition, if you have got, your subconscious mind, I've talked a lot about this before, is like a filing cabinet. And if it's full, you're going to struggle to really have your I am drop deep down. You need to do an inventory and let go of your limiting beliefs, right? Because if you've got a belief of like, I'm not good enough, and that has been repeated over and over and over and over and over, that's a lot of files in the filing cabinet. So we need to go down and go through the filing cabinet, right, and release all those limiting beliefs of I am not good enough, because again, this is how the cross purpose shows up. If you want to step into abundance and you're trying to instruct your subconscious, but your subconscious is like a storage room that's got all these files in it, and in the, all these files are just basically clutter, which are holding space in your subconscious, it's going to be difficult for you to really drop into abundance. And I know people want to avoid this often at all costs. They don't want to look into their subconscious. They don't want to look at their darkness. They don't want to do the shadow work. This is where abundance really takes place. If you can move into that space and love the totality of yourself, the light and the dark, you can experience abundance. A lot of people don't get, and again, this is another one of my tools, a lot of people don't get that forgiveness is imperative for abundance. Right? If you want to be truly abundant, you will forgive everybody, everything. And I know, right, the ego goes, I don't want to hear that. That's awful. Right? Don't tell me that. That sucks. Because maybe you've got quite a few people. Maybe you're on the list as well in terms of forgiveness that's required to be able to bring you back to those heart-centered energies. But I tell you what, if you're willing to do the work of forgiveness, you will be infinitely abundant. Because money is like oxygen. It is everywhere. Okay, I want you to kind of lean into that. If money was like oxygen, it was just everywhere, would I feel more relaxed in knowing that I can just literally breathe it in? If you are prepared to do the work of forgiveness of everyone and everything and every circumstance that you've ever had, and I get it, that is deep inner work, right? You will be truly abundant. If you are experiencing resistance, what needs to be forgiven? If you're going into blame or judgment, what needs to be forgiven? If you have made a mistake, what needs to be forgiven? Doing that work, a gold star in terms of abundance. You think about it in terms of physics. If you've got contraction, really to experiencing abundance is an expansive energy. The only way really to expand our energy when it comes to unforgiveness is to forgive, is to be able to move into those greater frequencies, to be able to be open to receive more. Okay, so this is good, right? Because there's actually, even talking about it brings up more things that I haven't even got on my list. So again, we're up to number 4, which was the repetition. So get clear on what it is that you want. Do an inventory of what's standing in the way. Go to my website if you need some help identifying what it is that you want. Because like I said, what you want was always connected to a feeling. Go and do my Download Your Future Self so you can get into the energy and image of what it is that you want. And it's totally free, so go do that. Do an inventory of what stands in the way. Like, start asking yourself questions. Why am I not there yet? Why am I not in that energetic frequency that I'm choosing to experience? That's where we go to the subconscious and we need to go, okay, where do I need to clear my limiting beliefs? And again, how do we do that? Would it be great to just be able to do it in 2 seconds flat? Really, clearing your limiting beliefs is about letting go, right? Letting go of where you're holding those beliefs. That's, of course, what I help people to do in my work. And I'm so happy and grateful for having discovered that work for myself in terms of my own abundance, but also to support other people in that. My belief is that you only heal with source energy because it's the most expanded part of yourself. Forgiveness, it's imperative to tune into universal energies and frequencies, to divine love, to truly forgive. But if you're prepared to show up and start creating this relationship with your intuition, you can experience true abundance. It's not being denied to you. It's not being held back from you. It's literally a matter of going, okay, I'm tuning into it on that radio frequency, and maybe it's a little bit scratchy, but eventually if you keep on tuning it, you will get crystal clear. And I know a lot of the times when I was listening to people, talking to people about abundance, and I would just be like, oh, it's so easy for you. You're already there. And literally to get there is about letting go. So there's nothing, you're already there. You have already arrived, but you can probably be guaranteed there's a whole lot of junk in your subconscious that is bringing up these stories into your rational mind through the power of repetition, and your subconscious is going, but this, but this, but this, and your rational mind is going, oh yeah, that's true because that happened, right? And again, we want to be right. That's how our ego can get in the way. We want to be brave enough to go beyond that illusion and into our limitless self, and to truly start tapping into the part of you that already knows, right? If you just take some time to be still with your soul knows stuff, right? And it can show you how to create abundance for yourself. Okay, so repetition, right? What does it take to sit down every night for 5 nights and write out 55 times, I am abundant. I'm a multimillionaire. I am living my dream. Be specific. Make it in the present moment. Be as specific as you can. I would probably choose maybe 3 things and then just write them over and over, like 3 big things that are really important to you. Write them over and over. When I first did this exercise, years ago, I was like, I am an entrepreneur that makes $10,000 a month, and even when I had my first $10,000 month, I remember I was, it was so interesting because it was like my rational mind flipped out. Like it was there, tangible, black and white. And then my rational mind was like, holy cow, I've actually done it. And there was a little bit of self-sabotage that came up around it too. Like I noticed that, it was like I'd broken my own glass ceiling. And that was really fascinating to kind of observe within myself that on some level, even though I'd made it, there was, because you realize then there's always another level, right? New level, new devil, they say, in terms of allowing myself to receive more. So again, being grateful too for having the tools to be able to shift and clear that out of your reality. So there is no limit in regards to what you can receive and what you can experience. That's what it's all about. Life is literally a game of creation. What is it that you want to create? Are you enjoying what you're creating? If you don't, you get to collapse the paradigm, because guess what? Taking stock of the fact that you have created everything so far. So if you don't like it, you get to change it. Okay, another really super short tip. If you, again, through the power of repetition, ask yourself this question: what does abundance feel like? Like if I was really wealthy, what does it feel like? And you can kind of see that this is going back really it all connects in, because when we ask ourselves that question, you might go into, it feels like freedom and feels like winning the lottery and feels like so much fun, and and again you can ask yourself, this is what I would do, and I would spend money on this, and I would spend money there, and I would give money to my family, and I'd give money to charity. And again, it's that feeling of expansion. What does abundance feel like? Very, very powerful question to ask yourself on a consistent basis, because you want to keep tuning into it. It feels like no limits. It feels like freedom. And asking yourself too, as soon as you ask that question, you'll start identifying, where does it not feel like that in my reality now? Where am I kind of reinforcing an energy or a belief that says, I don't feel abundant? And I got it because, I remember when I first started doing gratitude, oh man, I found it hard, right? If you've experienced some trauma, I know, right? People would be like, oh, you shouldn't say that about gratitude, right? It was really hard. I had to really focus hard on what I was grateful for. I remember one day I was like, I'm grateful for my arms and legs, which kind of seemed really silly. And then I was like, well, there are some people who don't have them. So yeah, it's worth being grateful for. But I struggled with gratitude. If you've experienced a lot of trauma, if you've experienced a lot of circumstances in your life that have been cruel or unkind or unloving, you're probably going to feel a little bit resentful when it comes to start practicing gratitude. But be consistent, keep on focusing on it. I used to ask my intuition, what's it going to take to be able to, to get better at gratitude? Super, super important. keep on going with gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies of energy in the universe. If you are in the energy of gratitude, you're in the energy of receptivity. Gratitude is the energy of I've already received it. So, thanking the universe for what is yet to come to pass is so powerful. Thank you so much, universe, for helping me to manifest my ideal outcome. Thank you so much, universe, that I have manifested this amount of money to be able to support my family, which comes into another tool, which is, so number 5 was, what does abundance feel like? Tuning into that, asking yourself on a consistent basis, what does abundance feel like? What does it feel like? What does it feel like? Again, because you want to feel it in your body. Your feeling is the energetic vibration that's going through your energy field. And again, when you're in that vibration, you're opening up all the portals of energy for that to come back into your reality. Okay, so what does abundance feel like? But again, going into gratitude, when you get a bill, thank the universe for when you pay it, right? And a lot of people are like, what? Like often, I've had bills before, and if you've ever been like that and you've been like, oh my goodness, this feels like somebody's just punched me in the stomach, like I've got to pay this, $1,000 bill, $2,000 bill. It's like, oh, how do I do that? It can really, and again, what we want to do is we want to realize that if we're feeling that way, there's energy that's looking to shift. There's some part of us that's not feeling maybe safe or not trusting that the universe can provide for us. This is why we want to lean into the word currency. Money is currency. It needs to flow like a river. So when we are thanking the universe, when we're paying a bill, we're kind of saying, I trust that the universe will bring me more, right? Like I'm sending it out with thanks. I'm thanking the power company. I'm thanking the grocery store. I'm thanking the person who's taking my money because I'm sending that parcel overseas. I'm thanking all the people in my life, reframe it. We had intuitive abundance. We reframed your bills to Sweet Williams, right? Which is a really cute reframe. That when you get a bill, that you're going to be in the energy of gratitude for it. Like I'm the person who can afford to pay $1,000 bill. How cool was that? Right? Reframing it in your mind rather than seeing the money as a personal attack or assault. Be in the energy of gratitude, of course, when you get paid. Thank you, universe. When money comes into your reality, thank you, universe. When you manifest something out of thin air, thank you, universe. I've actually kind of instructed my body. It's kind of funny because I'm a little bit superstitious being born on Halloween. And one of the superstitions I have, is I loved that ditty, left for leaving, right for receiving. So every time money comes into my reality, I literally get an itchy hand. And it is so cool because, when you're just minding your own business and then you notice that you're scratching the palm of your hand, and automatically my reaction for that now, it's drilled into my body. Every time I scratch my hand, thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. I would like it to be really, really itchy. Thank you, universe, right? To be in that space. And you want to make it fun, right? It is a game. Let's make it fun. Let's play. Let's be in those energies of enjoyment when it comes to manifestation. Alrighty. So I've got about 20 minutes left. Thank you so much for tuning in on Facebook, guys. If you want to listen to the rest, you can go to 96.9 here in Christchurch. Otherwise, you can check out the rest of the podcast, or you can go to plainsfm.org.nz to listen to the remainder. All right, folks, have a lovely day on Facebook. See you later. Bye. So, folks, today we're talking about 11 manifestation tools. So just to cover what we've done so far, get clear on what you want. Go to www.rebeccadavison.life in terms of downloading your future self. So use that to support you, help you to get clear on the way you want to feel. Do an inventory of what stands in the way, what's stopping you from having that experience. That's when you want to start clearing those limiting beliefs and doing that inner work, right? A big part of the work that I help people do. And this is why people come see me, and then they'll walk out the door and 2 days later they'll be like, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened. I've just manifested this big lump sum of money. And it's like, that doesn't surprise me at all, because you don't have that energy or that belief there anymore. So now you're more open to receiving. Repetition. Take 5 nights to write out 55 times every night, I am a multimillionaire. I am an architect living in Sydney. I am whatever it is that you wish to create. Do do it in the present tense. Excuse me, the I am statement is so powerful. What are you doing? You're instructing your subconscious. You're saying yes to this ideal future reality through the power of repetition. What does abundance feel like? You could even write this out, 3 pages before you go to sleep. A big tip, right? Make sure that you are thinking about what it is that you wish to create as you fall asleep. Make sure, I'm going to repeat that, make sure you are thinking about what it is that you wish to create as you go to sleep. Right? You want to be when you go to sleep, in my reality, you are basically going astral traveling, right? So your brain activity is more when you're asleep than when you're actually awake. Your body is downloading information and awareness. You want to be able to take what you want to experience in this reality into other realms and to ask for angelic support, right? Higher self guidance, how to create this. This is what I'm thinking of. This is where I'm focusing my attention. What is it that I need to do to be able to create this as a reality? Do it as you fall asleep. Sleeping can be a powerful, powerful tool for manifestation because you're going into a different state of consciousness. You want to be able to access that subconscious and get that information in there. You know, I just kind of have a ditty. I actually have 3 numbers that symbolize things to me. So I think of the first number and what it means, the second number and what it means, and the third number and what it means. And I'm imprinting that into my subconscious as I fall asleep. Okay, this is a cool one. I like this one, right? So I don't even know what number I'm up to. I'm so excited. Okay, so it is act as if, right? And this is not just, think about it. It is, I want you, the next time you get up from your desk, out of your car, wherever you are, if you're standing up and walking, I want you to walk like the person who has already manifested all your desires. Think of it this way. How can I instruct my posture and my body to be the person that I wish to become? Now, this is super powerful in terms of cellular memory. So are you currently walking like the person who has manifested all their dreams? Are you holding that in your posture? Right? Simple but brilliant. Start walking around as if you have already manifested your ideal outcome. I guarantee you that your posture is different. Right? Guarantee you. Walk like the person who already has it. It's going to boost your confidence instantaneously. You're going to feel a difference in your body. You're going to be Tony Robbins talks about this all the time, about changing your state. Start acting as if your dream has already happened. Instruct your body, because then your body will be like, oh, this is what it feels like to have that reality. Super, super powerful. Very simple, super powerful. Okay, this one's requires a little bit more unpacking, and that is you need to do the work of clearing and unpacking your bottom 3 chakras. So your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. Now, if you're looking at your chakra system, like most people are aware, if you're not, you have your crown chakra at the top of your head, your third eye in your forehead, your throat chakra obviously in your throat, and your heart is the center. And then you have your bottom 3 chakras. So the top 3 chakras are connected to your infinite self. And then the bottom 3 chakras are really connected to your physical experience. So again, you can see why this goes back to the subconscious, but also to location. You know, if you've had a past traumatic experience, say for example, you've experienced some kind of sexual abuse, if you haven't totally cleared and forgiven the person in regards to that, that energy can get stuck in your energy centers. It can get stuck in your root chakra. It can get stuck in your sacral chakra. It can get stuck in your solar plexus. So the root chakra, of course, is all about survival. It's about being in a body. It's about feeling safe to be in a body. It's about feeling safe to receive. Obviously, it's your sexual energy center in terms of receiving for women or giving for men. The sacral chakra, again, which is more specific to sexuality, a little bit kind of deeper, just below the belly button. This is your point of creation, right? For women, this is our reproductive area. This is where babies grow. This is where we give birth to new ideas. If we have kind of junk in the trunk in these parts of our body, it's going to be hard to manifest. right? You are going to be stuck in the energy of restriction, lack, doubt, suffering, and pain. So you want to do that work again of forgiveness. If you've had somebody in your past who's hurt you, what does it take to release that energy? Otherwise, you're going to have hit and miss results when it comes to abundance, and you're going to get frustrated, right? You're going to be that person who's like, why isn't this consistent? I know all these things about the law of attraction and abundance, but if your bottom 3 chakras aren't clear, like you want to be as clean as a whistle in terms of your energy centers. You want to be super aware of what it is that you're actually, what's going on for you. Is your crown chakra open? Are you speaking your truth? Is your heart chakra open? If you've got self-importance or judgment or defensiveness, it's probably going to show up in your solar plexus. If you've got resentment, frustration, it's probably going to show up in your sacral chakra. If you're just plain angry at life, at world, at money, it's going to show up in the root chakra. You want to get free and clear on those bottom 3 chakras. Do some inner work. Hugely powerful for women, especially in regards to the womb, carrying ancestral energies, carrying mother energy, carrying the energy of abuse or, the patriarchy, which of course has had a massive upsurge in regards to the Me Too movement. So again, we are all being affected by these energies. If you don't know what's going on in your own energy centers, you want to have clarity on that. You want to know as soon as you go into an environment, if you're getting triggered by something. And where is that located? If you don't feel safe in a body, it's going to be in your root chakra. If you're kind of feeling reserved when it comes to sexuality, it's going to be stuck in your sacral chakra. You want to have that awareness about yourself so you can keep your energy centers clear. Why? Because it's going to make it easier to manifest, right? You want to be able to say, yes, money, come in. I'm open, willing, and ready. And you want to be open in the root chakra to do that. Okay, so what have we got next? This is a really simple one. This is actually from Think and Grow Rich, and Bob Proctor talks about this a lot too. Write out what you want on a card and keep it in your pocket and look at it several times a day. So it's kind of like a magnetization process. And Think and Grow Rich, that's what they basically say. Write out what you want to achieve, the time frame that you want to achieve it in. So say it's your monthly goal. And then just be in the energy of like, this is what's happening. I'm sending energy to this. Every time you look at the card, you're giving it energy. Again, I guess having the card just kind of makes it a focal point, and it makes it something more tangible. So if you work better with holding on to something and looking at it, do that. I actually did that when I manifested my house. I wrote it on a card. I said, dear universe, I would love to manifest this house, because I'd been looking at it for like a year, literally online. I said, if this or something better, and I receive it with grace and thanks, something along those lines, but I knew what I wanted. And I was sending it energy every single day. Like every single day I would get to work, and literally it sat on the market. It was kind of an interesting time. It sat on the market for probably at least 6 months. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing, but I can't afford it. That's exactly what my rational mind said. And then I would look at it every day and I would imagine my furniture in there, and, I'd already moved in my head. And then, just for fun, I went to visit the property, and then just for fun, I went back with my folks, and my dad said, oh, this is a good place for a gin and tonic, when he walked out onto the balcony. And it was almost like I heard a sold sign in my head. And lucky enough, right, the market had dipped. I got a valuation. I could actually make it work in terms of buying it, because it was a huge step up in terms of like going, okay, yeah, this is where I used to live and this is where I live now, like hundreds of thousands of dollars difference. So, but it was awesome, right? The way it all came together. It had extra bedrooms, so I could put, I could have flatmates in if I needed to, in terms of covering the mortgage payments. So it's just amazingly beautiful how it all worked out. Really, I've actually got a video on my YouTube channel about it if you want to watch it, in terms of how I manifested my house. But I did that. I wrote it on a card, magnetized it, sent it energy, looked at it every day online. So I was focusing my energy and attention on it consistently, and my rational mind still had doubts about it. but my energy was going to it, right? And energy is way more powerful than the thoughts that you have in your rational mind. So tune into that frequency. And again, that's my number 10. Feel it often, right? If there's nothing else that you take away from this podcast today, this radio show, go into the energy of feeling it. What does it feel like to have that happy end result? It's so good, right? To lean into, and what do most people want, right? They want to be debt free. They want to be free and clear on their mortgage. They want to have enough money to be able to make the choices that they want to make. They want to be able to travel. They want to be able to look after their family. All those things that abundance is represented by. What does it take to feel them now, right? And again, it's such a kick. I love manifestation because it's like you get to feel good now and it's on its way. It is a win-win-win. And this is why Abraham Hicks, of course, if you know who Abraham Hicks is, Abraham is a spirit that is channeled by Esther Hicks. You can find a lot of the information on YouTube. But Abraham talks about this a lot. You've got to learn what it takes to feel good no matter what. Why? Because it's going to open up your energy field. And when your energy field is open, there's no resistance, right? It's easy for your manifestations to drop in. Okay. Excuse me. Let's talk about this a little bit. Releasing the resistance and creating detachment. So this is the irony, right? Like people say you got to know what you want and then you've got to not want it anymore. Right? And I get it. It can be really frustrating. And it's like, what? So you think about it though, as soon as you have a desire for something, if you're looking at it aerodynamically, because it's there, resistance is automatically going to be created. From a physical level, as soon as something is there, you think about a flower or a seed that is growing. It has to go through a certain amount of resistance to pop out. It's not just free and clear, right? It has to find its way up through the dirt to be able to come out to the sun. And then as soon as it hits the sunlight, it's like, and the flower opens up and it's all beautiful, right? We have to learn what it takes to release the resistance. And your body and your energy are going to show you this. It's going to show you if you're too attached. And again, one of the best ways to look at this is to look at your relationships, especially romantic relationships. Most people have attachment in their relationship and not in a healthy, balanced way. Right? They have attachment as in, you need to do this, you need to show up in a particular way, you need to meet my needs. I have expectations around, what you do for me and what you don't do for me. A lot of people do not have clear communication in relationships. There's often a lot of codependency, which people mistake for really romantic love. And again, we want to be supersonically aware and go, where am I getting stuck in attachment? If you are pushing from your ego, which is going, I've got to have this, you're going to be suffocating it. Right? You want to be in the energy of every time that I think about it, it feels good. As soon as you start going into contraction or it's not going to happen and then starting to reinforce that energetically, you're kind of creating a cross purpose in your energy field. So of course, manifestation comes to pass when we feel good good consistently, and we feel good to the point where we become in energetic alignment with what it is that we desire. And this is often not just a case of like, I'm just going to sit at home and meditate and then I'm going to win $1 million. This is, I'm becoming the person who can hold the vibration of their energetic frequency. So manifesting $1 million is easy. Now that comes from doing the inner work, folks. If you are not looking into your subconscious, if you're not going into your superconscious, you will not be able to manifest consistently. I can't tell you the number of times as an entrepreneur in the last 8 years where I have had no money in my bank account, right? No cash flow. But every time I have had that circumstance, right, I have shown up in the energy of, this is kind of like a test. This is the universe showing me that I'm an amazing creator. Excuse me. And the money, the power is not in the money. The power is in me. Right. And I remember once I talked about this before, about how I had no money in my bank account. I had a mortgage payment that was like $1,000 due the next day. I had a meeting with somebody that I was hopeful was going to be a client appointment. No, it wasn't. It was just catch up and a chat. And then I literally said to I was freaking out because my credit card was maxed out. I'd already borrowed some money off my parents. So I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm like down to nothing here. I do not know what I'm going to do. But I said to my infinite self, I was like, what's it going to take for there to be money in my bank account by the time I get home? And sure enough, I got home again, and my energy wasn't great about it, right? Because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got no resources left here except my infinite self. And literally asking that question and then being in a circumstance where looking at my bank account, and I kid you not, there was 5 figures in there. So, and again, that had come out of the blue, literally, because, I was in the energy of complete surrender. There was no attachment. There was nothing to be attached to, right? Like my mind was scrabbling and it just didn't have anywhere to go or anything to cling on to. So, but and again, the irony was too, that was a really good lesson for so many reasons, because I thought the money was going to make me happy. And it didn't. And then I was like, oh my goodness, what do I do now, right? But it was a great lesson because the love or the feeling is not in the money. Money's just a piece of paper. It can't make you feel anything. You are the one who is generating the feeling. You are the one who is in control of the process. If you feel good now, money will naturally come into your world and you'll feel even better. Warren Buffett said that, right? Money is a magnifier. If you're a jerk beforehand, you'll just be a bigger jerk. If you're awesome beforehand, you'll just be more awesome. Excuse me. So you just get to choose, right? What's it going to be for you? And really starting to lean into that process of going, what does it take to be the person who actually can be free and clear and beyond the circumstances that are presenting themselves in my bank account? Because I know that I am an infinite creator. Money is like oxygen. I can tune into it. I can put something out there which is beneficial to other people and have them pay me for it. Right, and really being in the energy of driving your focus, your energy and attention to that. Okay, so let's just quickly do a real quick recap. So we've got 11 manifestation tools. Number 1 is get clear on what you want. Go to my website, www.rebeccadavison.life, and go and jump on, opt in. You'll get a meditation to download your future self. Excuse me. Do it to activate your imagination, to show you what is possible in terms of what is possible to create. Do an inventory of what stands in the way of you creating that. You need to start clearing your limiting beliefs, going through your subconscious, repetition as well. Excuse me. Got some energy stuck in my throat, and again, the thing is about money, folks. It triggers people, right? I'm not triggered, I can tell you that right now, because I'm pretty good with receiving money and receiving large amounts of money. I don't have any resistance on receiving. So check for yourself. Are you resisting receiving in any way, shape or form? Okay, so 5 nights, 55 times, I am. Again, the next one is, what does abundance feel like? What does it feel like to have abundance in my life and world? Own it through your posture. Next time you get up, what does it feel like to be the person who's in their ideal outcome? Feel it in your body. That is super powerful. I love that one. Clear out your bottom 3 chakras, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra and your root chakra, and be in the energy of gratitude. Be thankful for when your bills come in. Thank your electric company. Thank the person who's taking your money at the supermarket. Thank all the people that you're supporting with your money. Be in the energy of gratitude. Stock standard, but don't just say thank you, feel it, right? If you want to be abundant, feel the energy in your body. Write it on a little card, what it is that you want to manifest. Maybe it's the top 3 things. Keep it in your wallet, focus on it, put your attention to it. Again, my top 10 tip was feel it and feel it often. Keep on going back into the energy of how good it feels. Notice if you have those thoughts that come up and go, oh, you're not allowed it, or you're not good enough. You want to clear those, right? And release the resistance. Every time you feel the resistance, go back into feeling good. Every time you notice if you're getting too attached to the end result, clear it. Get free and clear of anywhere you need to have it happen. Because the ultimate is, folks, right, is to be happy right now and then to manifest everything that you want. You can't be in the energy of I have to manifest this first and then I'll be happy. It does not work like that. Okay, so realizing that too. And what I might do is I might actually put these on a list and put them in my Intuitive Life Academy group. So if you want to join that group, you just need to jump onto Facebook and go to Facebook Intuitive Life Academy, find the group, ask to join, and I will put the list up under announcements so you can go through and experience more joy when it comes to your manifestation and your abundance. If you've got some money blocks, if you've listened to this and you've got a bit triggered, you're more than welcome to go to RebeccaDavison.life and book on work with me. We can have a chat in regards to how we can get you free and clear of those limiting beliefs super quick so you can experience more abundance. It is who you are. Like, the universe is always expanding, and so are you if you are allowing yourself to grow. So do allow yourself to step into that place where you can choose what it takes to really be free and clear. Oh, and of course, forgiveness. Massive when it comes to abundance. Forgive everyone everything and you'll be happy and you'll manifest whatever it is that you want. All right, folks, I'm sending you so much love and light. You take good care of yourselves. Keep warm out there, and I'll look forward to checking in with you next week. Bye for now.